Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Simon and I was the original Oxvlogger. Last academic year, I started a project where I did a 5-minute video blog every week and uploaded it to my YouTube channel. When I left Oxford, I decided that it might be a nice idea to have lots of people make vlogs and have a specific channel for that. And that channel is what you're watching right now. I'll include a link to all of my Ox vlogs in a playlist in the description, so if you want to watch an entire year of videos about life at Oxford, then well, you can, but I'll warn you, it gets a little bit strange towards the end. And to anybody who followed the original Oxvlog project and is now on board for this, all I can say is thank you so much. This project wouldn't exist without people like you. I've come back this week to be one of the guest contributors to the Oxvlog project. And when I was asked to do this, I had to think a little bit about what I wanted to talk about. And I decided that probably the most useful thing to an applicant would be, what can you expect from being an Oxford graduate, which I now am. And I feel like to talk about this properly, I need to consider what being an Oxford graduate has meant for other people, you know, how they perceive me, but equally how it changes how I perceive myself. To give you complete context, I graduated with a master's degree in physics from St Peter's College last year, and I'm currently reading for a PhD in climate physics at the University of Exeter. And as you probably expect, getting an Oxford degree makes it an awful lot easier to progress onto higher things. So higher education, be that a master's or a PhD. Equally, just as you might expect, people who went to Oxford, though I know, have had an awful lot more success getting jobs after they graduate. In fact, there are very few people who I know from college who are still looking for work. What this means though, and this was what I wasn't expecting, is that you have a very wide friendship group doing very, very different things. Because you know pretty much everybody from your year in your college, this now means that I have a huge array of people that I can talk to who do very, very different things. Some people are working for the civil service, some people are doing consultancy work, some people are working for big corporations, some people are working for very small corporations and NGOs, a lot of journalists. There are a bunch of very interesting people to keep in contact with. And that wasn't something which I really appreciated when I applied. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. But when you do graduate, you have a very interesting group of friends. Of course, the reason that an Oxford degree allows you to get employment that bit easier, to go into higher education, is that it's such a intense education. The tutorial system prepares you for pretty much anything. It has this unique ability to make everything that you do afterwards seem quite easy by comparison. I hope that's just not me thinking this, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will go to work and think, oh, well, this is a lot less intense. I actually now have evenings to do what I want. I mean, I never had that when I was at uni. One downside, though, of having gone to Oxford is that people will never let you get away with anything stupid, because you'll do something idiotic, as everybody does from time to time, and everybody, like, as one, will kind of go, wait, you did go to Oxford, right? We make mistakes too, just like everybody. Now, in terms of how I view myself, having graduated, coming out of Oxford, I have such an eclectic mix of memories that are so unlike your day-to-day experience afterwards. You know, Oxford is ultimately a bubble. It's not normal inside that bubble. And so you don't really realize that at the time, but you come back out of that bubble into the real world, like I have, you sort of reflect on your memories and think, well, actually, wasn't that a bit strange when there were hundreds of people walking down the street all dressed in black tie? Or do you think it was a bit odd that you just had a gown always in your wardrobe? You didn't think about it at the time, but you suddenly realise that you actually spent 3 or 4 years being really quite odd. I would like to say a few things specifically though to some people. Firstly, to you watching this video, I really want to say thank you again, because the Oxvlog is kind of my baby, and I am incredibly proud of all of the Oxvloggers for some phenomenal videos they've made, some videos that I could never have made. It makes me so proud when I think of how many people watch these videos and get enjoyment out of them. So thank you so much for watching and for taking part in this big project. And I'd like to encourage you to engage with the Oxvloggers. They love answering your questions. If you have a question about Oxbridge, leave it in their videos. If you liked the video, like the video. It really makes a huge difference in terms of people knowing what to produce. Secondly, to the Oxvloggers, you're doing a fantastic job, and you're also in the middle of a very hard slog at uni. Some people, like Daniel and like Zanny, have only just started, and some of you, like Abby and Rachel, you've come quite close to the end. And I want to say to all of you, keep going, because it's really, really worth it. I can guarantee that once you're done, you will look back and you'll be proud of yourself, as will your family and as will your friends. So keep going. It's one of my favourite sayings is stay sane, it gets better. And that is so true when it comes to Oxford. If you'd like to learn more about my life as a PhD student now, I'll leave a link to my channel in the description. And as always, thank you for watching Oxvlog.